Hi, thank you for listening to our podcast. In this episode, we talk about sex, depression, and many other things that some people may not want to hear. So, if you are among these people, stop listening now. Otherwise, enjoy the show.
Welcome to our Ass Outs podcast.
Yep.
Brought here by our sponsors, Taco Bell. Enjoy Doritos Locos Tacos at your local Taco Bell. We're not sponsored yet, but we know they've got their eye on us.
We want it.
Anyways, who wants to start off today?
You're not going to introduce us all?
Nope. They know who you are. We've got Bimbo over here. We got...
Fine, I'll do the dumb intro.
We got Bimbo and overly dramatic... melodramatic weave.
Yeah, all right. So, welcome back to the Asses Up podcast. I almost said I'm Josue Mendoza. I'm Milo DeFrisco, and I'm here with Milo DeFrisco, and I'm here with my co-host.
What is good, America? America is great because America is good.
Good morning, Vietnam. Would you mind saying your name?
On the pooter scooter.
His name is Josue Mendoza. And then we have our special guest back again for another episode, Luis Diaz. Say hi, Luis.
That wasn't him.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about today? This is a totally different podcast, different topics. What do you want to talk about?
Luis, you had a thing.
Is it the thing about urinals? Is it about having sex?
You can say either.
The
Say
one
both.
the other one.
So like,
The other one.
I couldn't find the right place to put this in the last one. And I probably skipped the right point to say it. But I think about sex a lot, right? Obviously, 'cause
As
I'm
do
a
we all.
guy, and some women do too. And I was genuinely surprised by that when I actually
Really?
found some chicks that were just like, oh yeah, I fucking
No, there are a
nut
lot
all the
of
time.
God, you're a bitch.
Perversion just goes past gender.
Oh no, I know perversion went past gender and shit.
Interest in sex knows no boundaries.
Yeah, no. I honestly don't know why I was genuinely surprised
Yeah.
by that, but I can't lie, I was.
No, I get it. I wasn't surprised, but I kind of didn't I was kind of huh? It's just kind of weird. But now, I walk in, my friend is there, and she's just like, damn, I just sucked 3 dicks yesterday. And I'm like, whoo, get some, bitch. High five,
Man, I wish I could say that.
It's
That'd be great.
It's
What if
great.
your life was just you got to suck a dick every day? I mean, for Luis, our very, very straight
Luis,
friend, we'll say
Luis.
eat out females.
Luis.
What if you could just do that every day?
Just stop being straight, dude. Get with the fucking program, dude.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Get with the fucking program. Just stop being
I am
straight.
Straight Master XXX.
But no, I am the straightest man in this room.
Yeah, I'm.
not
It's
saying
like
much,
we have
you
like
fag.
the whole we have the whole spectrum, don't we? We have
It's
Josue,
okay.
who's
It's
mostly
okay.
gay
I
and a
can
little
say
straight.
that. I can say
Me,
that.
who's mostly straight and a little gay, and Luis, who's just very straight. You're like the middleman.
Well, we don't have complete gay.
Oh, you're right. We don't have complete gay. I mean, Josue's.
No, I
almost
guess I'm
there.
the closest.
Yeah, I was
But,
the closest,
I
definitely.
love women.
Oh my God, the
Respecting
female
both
form
sides.
is just fantastic.
Don't ever say that word.
Female form.
Female.
The
Don't
female
Female.
form of human.
I'm sorry.
Don't ever say that word. in
Women.
comedy. Yeah,
You're
there
right.
we go.
The women form.
But back onto what I was saying. I think about sex all the time.
Yeah.
And I always think yeah, I'm so ready for sex. I am down anytime, any day. But then I get to thinking about it deeply and what sex really means and what kind of a huge step it is. And
Well-
I'm just you know what? No, I'm not ready.
Well, sex is what you make it to be. If you want it to be a deeply connecting thing, then yes, make it a deeply connecting thing. Go for it. But if you just want it to be hey, I have a need, I want to, deal with it, do it.
I feel like no matter what, though, the first time is
Oh,
actually life changing.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, of course.
I don't mean epiphany kind of shit, but
Yeah, no, you're not Einstein.
it's gonna determine the rest of your sex life.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what I feel.
Because if you have a really bad experience, you're not going to want to do it again.
Exactly. And if if you do it and you're like, man, I want to do this all the time, then it's gonna become a casual thing for you. If you're like, wow, that was amazing,
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
gonna, the thing is that I feel like with a lot of people's first times, it doesn't go that well.
Yeah.
But there's a there's gonna be a difference on whether it's gonna like be like, I don't want it anymore, or like I want that to be better, so I'm gonna try to get some better.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that. My first experience was interesting, because not much happened, honestly. Because I've told you about it, but I haven't really explained it before.
And please
just
don't.
I'm not gonna go into detail, but the point is, it just sort of happened, and then like afterwards, I was like, I don't know. It felt better, but it wasn't like stellar, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've sort of just like because for a long time I didn't give a shit about like relationships or sex or anything, because you guys were there. You were there. You were part of that. Me just being like whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't really push for any relationships or anything. And I was very much like just sort of passive, like, I know what I'm going to have. But now I thought about it a lot more over the years, and I'm just like, well, that was with a guy, you know? I don't know what it's going to be like with a girl. So I want that. And now I'm like, you know, I'm kind of anxious for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I had something to add here, but I'm kind of forgetting. Like...
Yeah, I feel. Do you want us to move on and then we'll come back?
No, hold on. My experiences with the being laid,
Mm-hmm.
have sort of just been, I feel like, if anything, it's what secretly drives me in any kind of attempt
Yeah,
at a
because
relationship,
you know it can be better.
which isn't good.
Not always.
I don't think I
Yeah,
want.
there's this whole idea that like in a relationship, sex is like the highest peak you can reach.
No.
Which
No.
it really is
No.
not.
Mm-mm.
No, if you can stare into someone's eyes, like legitimately just look into their eyes for like a long time, and neither of you feel awkward and neither of you like mess up or anything, not like staring like, you know, your eyes are gonna burn, but if you
Yeah.
can just look into someone's eyes without any problem, you know either you have no relation to that person or it's a good relationship.
Because, like, after a certain, I guess, relationship, at that point, I was like, man, sex is good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, because there's the difference between having it happen
Yeah.
and having it happen with passion.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
that's what I want. I want a passion. I want that spark.
But the thing is, because of that, with then after that, the post of that,
Yeah.
it sort of clouds my perception of a person
Oh, yeah.
a bit. Which is
I
another
understand
reason.
that.
Which is another reason I don't want to get into a relationship, also, or why I feel that I'm like I could go with that one, because sure, there is genuine interest with somebody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm like, yeah, there's interest in somebody. That's why, but I feel like there's also like this giant part of it that I'm like, I just want to get laid. Which
Yeah.
I
Every
don't-
now and then you just need a fixer-upper.
Which I don't want to follow.
Oh, no, you don't want to, like, lean into it.
I don't want to act on that impulse.
You should, those are fine to act on if you're in a relationship.
But I feel like it's just, I feel like it's sort of just.
You
I
shouldn't
think it's
you
part of
shouldn't
it.
want to get into a relationship because of those urges.
Exactly.
But if
You
you're in a
should-
relationship and the other person's fine with it, then yeah, act on them.
Exactly. You should not act on those impulses, but I feel like that's a big part of me looking
Yeah,
into
of
something,
course.
which is a problem for me.
Because then
which
you
is
feel
why-
like guilty about it.
which is why I don't want to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, nah. Which is why, like, I don't know, just having casual sex, I feel would just not solve things for me, but ease up.
Yeah, because that's like one of my things. Did I tell you guys? There's a idea. I'm not a full into the whole concept of it, but there's a type of kink called free use, and I don't like the extreme of it, but the base concept slightly altered is like completely my thing. It's just a world where everyone is comfortable with doing whatever whenever. You know, you still ask for permission. It's not like rape or anything. You ask for permission, and you always ask before you do something, but everyone's just chill with it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so, like, I don't know, because I feel like I would love that if that was reality.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it wouldn't be a good thing to happen.
I'm stuck. Because to me, sex is very intimate and passionate and personal.
Mm.
But on the other hand, casual sex.
Yeah.
And because of that,
Like what I said earlier, it's what you make of it.
and because of that, I don't pursue anything with anybody because you can't have both. You know?
Well, unless you're in a really good relationship. In that case, you can just look at him and like, hey, do you want to have sex really quick?
No. You're not taking in what I'm saying.
Cause like there's in the moment where like I need to bust a nut right now, but
Yeah.
then there's just like, oh my god, I cannot control myself. I need to embrace this person.
Why can't you have both?
Because what I'm saying is that I don't want to go into a relationship with somebody, but I want sex. But that sex has to be intimate and with the right person.
Oh, I see your dilemma.
Are you? Yeah. you
Yeah,
get it?
now I get it.
Is that like I don't want to act on these impulses of me just wanting sex when you know
'Cause you want it to
when
be something
when
special.
I'm talking with somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of talking, but I don't just want to go for sex.
Yeah.
Because sex to me is intimate, personal. And
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, I get that. That's a toughie. That is definitely a toughie. You know, I don't really know what to add to that. That's just sort of just a sucky situation.
Your boy just wants some head.
Yeah, give me head. I want head.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm kind of actually. I'm like, of course I'll enjoy it if I get a blowjob, but I'm like sort of impartial to it actually. Like of all the sexual things we can do.
Here's the thing. To me, sex and blowjobs fall under completely two different categories in which I
Yeah.
can totally get head in a casual setting and I can be like, this is not intimate. This is purely for the feel of it. And I can totally deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
Yes.
There's
yeah.
something I
Because you don't have to look them in the eyes.
Well,
absolutely-
it makes it better if you look them in the eye.
It does.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
100%. But you don't. The whole point is that at that point, physically, like this is a psychological thing. At that point, physically, they are literally below you, right? So that acts on this whole like like dominating thing, and then you don't feel as connected to them because you don't feel like they're on your level. It's not like hard into
really.
that, but it's
No,
sort
no,
of.
no.
No, it's more of like, sex is like, I guess like subconsciously there's always that risk like, oh, we're gonna like fucking get pregnant or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
so there's like
for
no.
head, there's like no risk.
Except the
It's just
STDs. Yeah.
she does to you, and like usually you do to her as well.
Exactly.
And then like y'all both satisfied, and like there was like literally no risk to it unless you're doing it in public.
And then
Yeah. Huh?
and
Well,
then-
no STDs.
sure.
Well, sure, yeah.
Yeah, but
And
no, I get
also-
that. I get that.
And also, there's okay. So with sex, it's like, all right, genitalia is genitalia usually,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But with blowjobs, it's mouth to genitalia, which to me, just is on a different level. It's not on the same spectrum. It's not on the same wavelength. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I
So-
definitely agree.
I don't know how I really feel. I never thought about it.
So if
you know?
somebody was like, "Hey, casual sex," and I'd be like, "Nah, no, I don't feel right." But if somebody was like, "Casual head," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure."
Well, then what's your opinion on like 69? Because that's just basically male and female equivalents of the blowjob
I
to
don't
each other
like
at the same time.
69.
It's essentially. The
I mean, I
same
feel like it'd be really
thing.
awkward, but still, like because
I've
it's
done it.
usually it's almost universally considered a sex position.
Yeah.
But it is in fact either like two blowjobs or
No, here's
two
the thing
eating
though.
outs.
I've done it. I don't like it.
Really?
It's annoying.
Is it just uncomfortable?
It's uncomfortable. It's just annoying.
Hmm.
One person is pretty much just gonna get the whole like experience. The other person is gonna take the L. Pretty much.
You gotta
Pretty
take
much.
the L sometime.
It's like it's
Yeah.
basically it's the same thing. You're just not taking turns in rushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
See, whereas if, yeah, exactly, taking turns. Whereas if I got head and then I started giving head to another person, it's like, okay, this is whatever, you know. But like with 69, it's just, it's uncomfortable. We're just
Yeah,
sort of
okay.
doing it because,
Yeah, I get that.
you know, whatever.
All right. I have I want to move on to our portion of the show where we give a shout out to our home braves back at Home Schoolio.
All right.
Hi guys. If you know me personally, fuck you. You have something to say right off the bat, Josue? maybe say the same thing so it doesn't seem like I'm an asshole.
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
I said anyone.
He
I
gave you a
said,
personal shout out, and you said, fuck you.
yeah, I was like, hey, anyone who knows me, fuck
Hey,
you.
if you're listening to the podcast right now, hit us up on our social media.
Yeah.
That's at PussySlayer6932 on Twitter, DickCrusher3255 on Instagram.
You know what? I should set up a Twitter for this.
Eat that
Yeah.
pussy 445.
Now, if you really want social media,
I'll set up a social media. I can run the social media.
I'm talking about my personal.
Oh yeah.
That's 1-800. No. You can hit us up. Hit me up at least. I don't know about Milo. Hit me up. Azazel_booty on Instagram. Use Instagram because I'm always on that. I don't post a lot, but it's a good way to reach me.
I'm
Azazel_booty. AZAZEL_BOOTY. Done.
I would say to get me on my email like I did the last podcast, but I honestly don't use my email all that much. So if you can get me through a friend of a friend on Snapchat, or I can put my Snapchat when we get a social media for the podcast, that would probably be the best way to reach me, actually. Anyway.
I honestly thought it was Azazel.
No, it's Azazel.
There's different pronunciations.
Yeah, well, I mean, we pronounce it
I think
Azazel.
the right way is actually
Here at
Azazel.
what was it, Ass Out podcast? Here at the Ass Out podcast,
The hands out.
we
See-
pronounce it Azazel.
See, the fucking English language is stupid. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I got used
before,
to saying it like that.
Before we move on to how dumb the English language is, we still haven't really done a shout out to the school. I'd just like to say today's shout out. I'm gonna shout out to my. All right. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna give a shout out to. Not to that. I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Colin Chance. Colin Chance is a hardworking guy. He's really fun. You'll probably recognize him by the fact where he almost always wears neon colors and shorts. And he is currently the stage manager for all productions at our high school for Tech Theater, and I think it's really impressive, and he does great work. Love you, bud. Fuck you.
Shout out to
Simple Flips.
Pimp C.
shout out to Waka Flocka Flame, dude.
Yeah, he goes to our high school. He's a chill professor.
Dude,
Okay, no.
Who's your real shout out to?
enjoy your hummus. All right. He loves his hummus.
Yeah.
He's vegan.
Whoa, is he? I didn't
Yeah.
know Waka Flocka was
Waka
vegan.
Flocka is vegan.
Oh shit.
Enjoy your hummus, buddy.
All right, Luis, what's your
Blame on the vegetable.
shout out for
It's hard in
today?
the paint.
My shout out?
Yeah, who's your shout out?
Shout outs. I mean, I didn't know shout outs were a regular thing.
I don't know how it
Apparently
is.
they are.
I mean, like, okay, I don't know.
You want me to come up with one for you, bud?
No.
All right, moving on.
Moving
Okay,
on.
English
shout-outs
language is
from
dumb.
me.
The English language is dumb.
It's really dumb. I mean, English class isn't dumb, but the language itself is really just not well made. It was because part of it was just made out of spite, you know.
Yeah.
When we seceded from well, I don't know if secede is the right word for that time period, but when we left Britain, we changed a lot of the spellings of things just to piss off England. We literally, like the tire with the TYRE and the TIRE, that was literally just to piss off England. And that I mean, it's funny, sure, but I don't know. Why did we change it?
I don't know, man. I'm just fucking annoyed by like the whole like everything. It's just so dumb.
Jankety. It's the hardest, statistically it is the hardest language for infants to learn.
Fuck.
Yeah, did you know that? That's a real thing.
What about French? Fuck French, dude.
I don't know,
I
French
mean,
is
like,
weird.
on the concept of English, like, I did not pay attention at all in middle school, so I am surprised I am passing English in any sort of form during high school, because I do not know where a comma goes. I don't know what a comma splice is. I don't know when.
I don't think many people. I don't think
semicolon.
I don't think half the people who speak English know how to use a comma
Here,
splice correctly.
take this from an AP Lit student. Fuck English.
Yeah.
It doesn't, if it feels right, it's probably right. Semicolons, those are a bit weird, but it's pretty much, hey, if it's two full sentences, sort of, that are related, you can connect them with a semicolon.
Yeah,
Where the
here we
period
go.
goes, that's how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ass Out Podcast, a driving force for English learners.
Here's my rule of thumb for pronunciation. As long as it still sort of makes sense to another person, a couple people, it's right.
Yeah,
like,
the whole
like
point.
pecan, tomato.
Yeah. The whole
Caramel,
point of the
caramel.
English,
Yeah.
the whole point of language is just to make sure the other person understands you. If they understand you, you don't need to be really like a perfect.
You know,
I mean, come
it's
on.
Not like one thing where it's like California. It's like that's fucking stupid.
I believe it's pronounced California. Eh?
But like, if you can still understand somebody, fuck
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no, honestly,
Get the message across.
that's the whole point. Communication is key. I mean, that's what every language is about. You know, that's what life is about. That's what relationships are about. It's just good communication. Why don't we have a universal language yet? Can we start a universal language?
I mean, like, that's pretty much what, like, I'd say that's the thing that makes us human.
Yeah,
Is
communication.
Communication is that we have a vast, like, it's just, we have such a fucking wild way to communicate. It's insane.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
No one
crazy.
else, no other creature. I mean, it could be that no other creature is advanced enough, but still, no other creature does it the way we do. Ants fucking do it just in like movements,
Yeah.
and bees do it in movements. A lot of animals do it just in movement, no noises.
Movements, buzzes, sounds.
Yeah. Birds are all about sounds. You know, a lot of insects are movements or hearing sound waves or something.
And then we
Smells.
have over here like written characters, numbers, phrases.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Different
What were we thinking?
languages.
Different languages on top of that.
Like,
Yeah.
there's some sounds that an English speaker, like,
Just
cannot
can't make.
do,
Yeah,
then, like,
it was
from
in
another-
Afrikaans. They have a whole tongue click thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Oh,
like no
yeah.
one can do unless you learn the language.
Exactly.
And it's just like, oh god, it's so
It's
complicated.
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's cool.
World
It's
is crazy.
amazing.
It's cool. I love the
Yeah,
diversity.
In Japan's L's don't exist.
There you go.
In
Nope.
what?
In Japan.
Oh yeah. That's so interesting, you know, because usually languages are fairly easy to translate.
The French
across.
don't have a TH sound.
Whew.
Really.
That's what they say. That's what you
How
think, like,
how about that?
Z.
How about that?
That's what. How about that? Zat. That's what they say. That's what they do like a Z sound.
Yeah, huh?
You know,
Yeah, I never thought about it like
because
that.
there's no TH sound in French.
That's really interesting.
Oh yeah, so instead of like it's Z, right?
Z. Yeah. It's
Z.
like, you know.
Z.
Yeah.
Whenever you see, I think the rule is whenever there's a TH, it can just change like meaning. Or something like that.
Is it?
Because like the sound would just be ta, just a hard T.
Yeah. Huh.
I forget. Something like that.
I don't know. Languages are weird.
French is just fucking.
It's really complicated. Some languages are over the top.
I mean, like every language is over the top.
Well, I think English really is the one that's the worst.
I don't know. I mean, like
I don't know about English. It's up there.
Yeah, huh?
English is up there,
I
but
don't
then,
know.
like when you get into like other languages, I mean, like you have the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah, that
that
doesn't
is
make a lot of
so
sense.
annoying.
And then there's,
That's
like,
one thing I
five-
do like about English, that they don't have, you know, just a slight word letter change for masculine and
and
feminine,
there's,
or how you have to
like,
remember.
In Spanish, there's like, well, I mean, they do have their past, present, and future.
Yeah, A endings are female and O endings are male in Spanish. Right?
Generally.
Generally.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's pretty crazy. All right, let's move on to current topics, not necessarily political stuff, but just like stuff that's going on in our lives. Special guest Luis Diaz. What do you want to talk about? What's going on in your life?
I hate urinals.
explain.
See, I know how to pee in a urinal.
I hope.
Obviously,
I hope
but like,
Yeah.
like I went to this part of my life in, I think it was like middle school, early high school, and I was just like, you know, I really fucking hate urinals because they get pee all over the place. I mean, like, in a sense, you could just say I just hate guys who don't know how to pee,
Yeah.
but like, there's just fucking pee everywhere every time I go to the bathroom, and like, if you've ever walked into a girl's bathroom, which I'm pretty sure you guys have, I don't know
I've
why
have.
you have
I
it.
actually walked into one recently, but that's a different story. Go ahead.
But like you always notice it's clean, it smells normal.
What bathrooms have you walked in? Most bathrooms are just generally gross.
Well,
if
I
they're
mean, like
public.
if you're walking into one like that's like, you know, like at a park, like, okay, yeah, all park freaking bathrooms are gonna be dirty, But like the ones at school
I mean,
and the ones in like
sure.
public establishments.
But to be fair,
No, yeah.
a lot of
the most you'll find in a girl's bathroom is like a couple paper towels that are on the floor.
Yeah, but to be fair, the girls at our school don't really like use the bathroom for its intended purpose a lot.
I mean,
You don't hear a
I
lot
don't-
about people going on females going on bathroom breaks during class. Like, I don't know about you. I really haven't
I
seen
like
much of
girls
anything.
take bathroom breaks
Well, sure, but like,
quite a few times. But like,
But
you
it's
know,
not
I mean,
necessarily
obviously,
for
like
the
some
same
of them are
reason.
doing their makeup in there. But like, there's lines outside the girls' bathroom, and they have multiple locations.
yeah, didn't they? Well, one of them got turned into.
Well, one of them got turned into a transgender one. Or
Well, no,
gender
it was a
neutral.
yeah,
gender
no.
neutral.
Why are we laughing so hard at that?
Transgender.
No. Not that having a transgender one would be funny or anything. It's just that it's not.
No,
It's-
it's just that was
it's-
funny
it's-
phrasing. Is that
It's a unisex bathroom,
gender neutral?
gender neutral. Is it gender neutral or is it unisex?
Gender
Do they
neutral.
specify?
It's gender neutral.
Okay, gender neutral bathroom. That's what it got turned into. So now, well, because before they had one more bathroom than the guys.
I don't like that bathroom. It's
I don't think I've ever been in it.
It's a death trap.
A death
For
trap.
like
What are you talking about?
social awkwardness.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No,
sure.
I mean I'm talking more about the layout. I hate the layout.
Uh,
There's two stalls. There's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
small stall, and then there's this giant stall.
Yeah,
Why
where
do
the-
they do that?
Where
Um,
the toilet takes up like a very small corner of that giant stall, and the rest is just free.
yeah,
open
I'm pretty
space.
sure there used to be like 3 stalls, but then for some reason they just took one out.
I
It's
don't know
probably
why.
plumbing issues.
It's
or
so
something.
annoying. It's so annoying. I don't
Oh.
go there often because I like urinals.
I've never.
Okay, listen.
I've never
Listen,
been.
I'm
I've
sorry.
never been in that one.
No,
to like
it's-
actually use it.
It's not that I like urinals. It's that I enjoy their convenience. of
I mean,
urinals.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
I'll use a urinal when I have to, but like, you know, I prefer sitting down. But then when I go to try to sit down on a toilet in the men's bathroom, that shit's just fucking like it has pee on it.
Wait, you
Oh,
don't do the
yeah,
ritual?
yeah.
You don't do the cleansing ritual every time you walk into a public bathroom? Do you not?
What's a cleansing ritual?
The cleansing you take some toilet paper and then you wipe down the seat and then you throw it in the toilet. And then you grab strips of toilet paper and lay it on the seat so you're sitting on the toilet paper and not the seat.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
you-
no, yeah, obviously.
not
I
do
clean
that?
the seat. I mean, I need to go when I,
I do
need
that.
to
I
go.
do that.
But like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
only when I need to take a dump. Cause like, I mean, if there's pee,
Oh
on
well,
the
if it's
freaking
like
roof-
if it's a standing urinal, why would you like be bothered?
well, if it's a stand, I mean, like, I don't
Are you
know. I
talking?
mean,
do you
like,
just
'cause-
go into the
no,
like the
that's
stalls
why
to
I
pee?
asked.
No,
it-
here's the thing. With urinals, if there's pee around, it's not like on the urinal. It's like usually on the floor.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
it's-
trying to stand on fucking pee.
No.
Whereas if I go into like a stall and like, oh, there's pee on the fucking toilet on itself, I can wipe that clean. I can't wipe fucking piss off the floor.
Yeah, that's true. Did you hear about the thing that happened a while ago? Some guy was just flinging poo in the male bathroom.
I think I did hear about that.
I don't
I didn't.
like. No. Someone just went in there and like flung poo around, and they could smell weed too.
That's fine.
Apparently, like I don't know what that was all about. Why do people do
Shit
that?
when they're high.
Why do people do that? You know, when actually, I think this was when we were at blank school, not our high school. When we were there, I was in the bathroom at one point, just sitting in the stall, and some guy like leaped over it and like and threw wet like paper towels at me.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god.
Like, what the heck was that about?
Yeah,
Come on.
That's it never happened to me, but I knew that was a thing. Like some people, I don't know. It's usually like the dicks.
Yeah, no.
Like they would grab paper balls, they would like moisten them, and then like they would just go whoosh, and like throw them on the wall or like throw them into the stalls.
I
and
was
shit.
there while it happened, but it didn't happen to me. Like nobody did.
Yeah. No, nobody did it to me
But I
like
was
they
there.
did that to you.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I was there and I experienced it. I saw someone do it, and I'm just like, okay, I'm
Hey,
just gonna
Luis.
not use paper towels.
Luis, what's your most awkward social interaction in the gender neutral bathroom?
In the gender neutral.
And hold on, and since you guys can't see, right when I asked that, I just put my hand on his like
On his supple thigh.
on his thigh, and I'm just
Ah,
gonna
jeez.
move up.
I can't
As I wait
because I
for
can't
an
contribute
answer.
to this conversation because I never use it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
for me, the most awkward, I mean, like, well, okay, there's two. One time, I tried to walk in the morning, and there was, like, 3 girls there, and I'm just like, nope, turned around, left. The second one is that I was taking a dump, and a fucking chick sits in the stall next to me, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to release RN. I've been holding this in. I'm about to drop bombs here, dude. Not really, but like, I'm about to drop.
Are you ever
deuce.
like, do you ever like go in a stall and then you hear someone sit down to you and it's just been a really bad day and you know that your like shit is gonna be toxic as hell and so you warn them? Have you ever done that? Because I have.
I never warn people. I just try to let it out as easy as possible, and if not, I mean, that's their fault for sitting in the stall.
Me and my dad have both done that. My dad told me a story where he was at a convention at one point and some guy was in the stall next to him and he had ate some weird like convention food and so he was just sitting there and he felt something come on. And so he was just like, sorry, and then like let out a really loud fart, and the guy next to him broke out laughing.
Oh my god, there's this video on Instagram. There's this girl, she was recording in like a Target bathroom. She wasn't recording the person, she was just recording the wall. But the audio was just this lady, she went like the fart was a complete roar, dude, like lion's roar. And then like she just breaks out dead ass laughing, and it was fucking hilarious.
That's wonderful. That's America.
Interactions in the gender neutral bathroom for me have
Oh god.
typically been whatever. Here's the thing.
Yeah, don't you hate it when you walk into the gender neutral bathroom and then your dick just slides into a female?
Here's the thing. Wait.
Hmm?
Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm a pretty person. I'm the kind of person that just doesn't give a fuck. I don't care.
You're pretty too, though.
I'm what? Huh? And so when I'm,
I'm fucking out of here,
you fucking goblin, dude. Milo just like, oh, there he is.
That was really funny.
Milo has left the vicinity.
So I'll walk
Okay.
into like the bathroom and like I'll see like girls in there and I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to take a shit. Like
I feel you. The only reason I go in there is to take good shit because I know the fucking toilets are not gonna be piss covered.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna let everyone in on a secret.
Okay.
This is a secret. You can't tell anyone.
Okay. Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry, we'll tell you.
I'm in drama 4, right?
Yeah.
And everyone in drama 2 through 4 is in my class.
Okay.
When we, during class, we don't stay in our classroom. What are you doing? Anyway, sorry. Don't. Now he's standing. Okay, his arms are in his sweatpants and he's standing up. What is? And he's trying to pull him. No. Here's the secret. This is like a really interesting thing, because we always go to the PAC, the Performing Arts Center, when we're in class.
Yeah.
Which is just a bigger area to operate, and it's it's already our jurisdiction, sort of, so we just do it. We've always done it. But the PAC is where all the plays at our high school go down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it has shit there
Okay.
that a theater has.
Yeah.
Like bathrooms.
Oh!
So whenever we're in class, because the custodians come regardless of whether it's being used for a show or not.
Yeah.
So whenever we're there, we can use the bathrooms there. It's always functioning.
Yeah.
And it's always clean. It's the only bathroom in the school that I feel perfectly fine with not doing the ritual tool. Because every time I look, no matter how close I look to it, it's always immaculate.
Yep, I've been in there. The place is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And actually, anyone who's not in drama is not allowed to use the bathroom. Because you can't come in because it's a classroom. So unless you're going there for class work, you're not allowed to go into another person's classroom on a break, for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
And so since it's technically our classroom, no one else can use it without breaking school rules. So it's all to ourselves, baby. It's good
Baby.
shit. Baby.
Nice.
I just like to brag, because,
Nice.
God, it's so... And it has, like, the audio. So if anyone's, like... Shaharli Yakubovitz, a wonderful actress, wonderful person, wonderful dancer. She oftentimes does a lot of dance pieces as part of her drama. And so, as part of that, she'll play music on the loud system to practice to. And so if you're in the bathroom, it still plays through the bathroom. So if it's good music, you can just rock out, in the bathroom. Because not a lot of people use... You don't have, like, 8 people in the bathroom at one time in that class.
Of course not.
I've only ever been in the bathroom with one other person. And so usually you're just in there alone, so you can just be like, to whatever's going on. It's really fun.
All right, you know what? I'm done with bathrooms. Let's
All
move
right.
on.
All right, fine. What do you want to talk about? You know what? This way, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, shit. Way to put me on the spot here.
Yeah, bitch.
All right, what's the deal?
With airplane
airplane
food. What's the deal with Jerry Seinfeld? What he's up to? What is he up to?
Who?
Wasn't he in Jerry Seinfeld? Wasn't he in a thing recently?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. He was.
Yeah,
wasn't
Luis,
he?
look it up. Please.
No,
Okay.
God damn.
I don't want
I am Luis, and I am looking up Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, what was he in recently? Because he didn't do shit.
to. I mean,
For a
I know
long-ass
he
time.
did the celebrity. I know he does the celebrities and coffee thing.
Well, I don't know
And
how
then
long
he took
that
like
went
Obama
off.
that. He took Obama out in a car driving to get coffee.
Did he really?
I think
No,
he's fucking
He didn't get
bald.
past the gates.
Who's bald?
Oh yeah, he's like pretty much bald now.
Wait, what?
He's getting there.
Wait, let me see. Let me see that. Let me see that picture of
Oh,
Jerry,
Jerry
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's turning old, dude.
Is he bald? Oh, dude, he's got that receding hairline. Oh, that's sexy. But no, like, what is he in recently? What's the Google News say about Jerry Seinfeld?
Let's see. I see comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah, we know about that.
Dude, I don't know. I don't see a lot more.
Because I thought he was in something recently. Because I remember him, or was it like, I don't know. But yeah, Jerry Seinfeld, man, he was a big hit for adults, like before we were born. And then after we were born, it seemed like everyone just gave up. Like no one gives a shit about him anymore.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, he had Seinfeld now.
Yeah, that was like the show, and so that's the only reason he was famous.
Yeah.
Just because he was an actor on the show named after
Yeah.
him.
And then became infamous with like the B movie and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah.
and the memeing and all that.
That's
Wait,
the whole
how do
reason
you
he's become like
how do you think his
topical again.
agent got the person to produce the show to name it Seinfeld? Like, because they obviously didn't name it before they had the actor. So they must have gotten Jerry Seinfeld.
Didn't Jerry work on that? Isn't like he?
Was he an executive producer?
I'm pretty sure.
Look it up. Because that must have been such good free publicity. You know, everyone hears Seinfeld and they, oh, Jerry Seinfeld. That's the first name that comes to mind.
He is widely known for playing himself in the sitcom Seinfeld, which he created and wrote with Larry David.
Oh, he created... That makes a lot of sense. In that case, what? He's so fucking conceited. Like, why would you write a show... Oh, wait, you know what? Real Rob. Real Rob is written by Rob Schneider about Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I guess there's something to that. I guess there's something there. What about, you guys know Craig Ferguson? Did you ever hear about Craig Ferguson?
Nope.
Craig Ferguson ran the Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and I watched it a bit as a kid, but recently he popped up on Netflix. He has a special on Netflix right now, and he's like grown as he puts it, a mustache with an accoutrement, but it's really just a beard, and it's so weird to like, because I remember watching him as a kid, and Luis is doing some weird shit. I remember watching him as a kid and just like, you know, laughing at all the jokes. He had like. He had a magician week every year or month or something, and he had puppets that he would do stuff with a lot, and it was really fun. But then I watched the special he put on Netflix, and he's so like his humor's really changed, like he's really different. You guys you really don't know anything about Craig Ferguson?
I really do not. I personally cannot say, oh, I know who Craig Ferguson is.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I can't say much here.
Oh fuck. Oh well, I guess we'll move on
Okay,
then.
I've actually got a thing.
Okay.
What do you guys notice with like the cliques at school?
Oh Jesus! Didn't we go over this a couple years ago? We were
Did
talking
we?
about all the different cliques at school.
I don't remember.
I think we did,
I don't.
but it
remember.
wasn't to anyone or anything. It was just between us. We were talking about it.
Duh.
Well,
Like as in like groups of people or like what?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause you know what I mean by cliques. I'm talking like you know like you're fucking jocks, nerds, you know that kind of shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you not know that, Luis? Did you not know that's what it's called?
Well, I mean, I know of the word clique, but I never
Yeah.
really like
Well,
learned.
because we don't have traditional stuff at Prospect really,
yeah,
I-
we don't.
except for like druggies.
I don't
Sort
think
of.
we have any traditional things in general.
We have
I mean,
we
no,
have
like,
a
even the druggies aren't people who you expect.
yeah,
them to
no.
be.
We've got a what I called him something at some point. We call them like the super jocks or something like that, where it's like, I don't know, it's because we don't have traditional jocks because all the people are fairly well rounded personality wise. You know, we're not 2D people at our high school.
Yeah.
And so we sort of have like nerds that are really popular.
Yeah.
Especially,
yeah.
I mean, it sort of makes sense because we're in Silicon Valley. There's the tech center of the world.
I know
Yeah,
what
but,
you
like,
mean.
The
like-
U.S. Sorry.
Like, I mean,
Because, you know, we have, like, people like, like, gaming is, like, somewhat cool. You know, it's not, like, crazy cool. It's not as
I
cool
mean, like-
as the people who are really good athletes at our school.
I think it's
But-
just. I think it's like, oh, gaming is accessible to everybody, so everybody just sort of.
I mean,
likes
we
it.
have...
But the passion for it is different
Yeah.
between person to person. So because that passion is so different, there's these gamer cliques who are still not popular.
Yeah, there are still, like we still have the, you know, somewhat traditional stuff of, like, losers or whatever. You know, the unpopular people.
guess.
There are definitely people, like, I could name a few, but that'd be really mean.
Oh, I can name a few. too.
Don't...
me.
no, but
No,
there are some
like,
people that
I
are
think it's just
genuinely...
selective friend groups. You know?
Yeah, it could be. Because some people are... You know,
'Cause,
some
like-
people aren't fully... Oh, Jesus. Some people aren't fully matured yet. And so they have a lot of time hard time socially. And some people are too matured, and so they have a hard time
Yes,
socially.
I definitely know people who like are socially like.
Like Colin Chance. Colin Chance is just so focused on, like... You know, he's... Colin, you're a great guy. But you're really focused on, like, being right. Like, a lot of time. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, oh, I'll think of something dumb. Right? Like,
Pea stored in the balls.
I'll point at a tomato. Right? Okay, so I'll point at a tomato,
balls.
and I'll be like, oh, dude, tomatoes are such good fruit. And he's like, well, I know they're fruit, but they're generally considered vegetables. And I'm like, yeah, but scientifically they're fruit. And he's like, and he'll argue it. You know? Like, it's weird. He's never wrong about something. He just thinks his opinion is fact. And it's not so much that he'll, like, shit on you for having anything, but he'll try and correct you like a parent. And then eventually he'll either be like, you know, whatever, or he'll be like, we'll agree to disagree. And that's the only thing about him that annoys me. Otherwise, he's like a quality guy. But, you know, there are a lot of people that are similar to that, where they just have one little thing about them that keeps them from being what we would consider, like, socially popular. You know?
Yeah.
The only reason I called out Colin Chance is because he's a stellar person, and I'm good friends with him.
And you fucking hate him.
Sorry, the truth is out.
You said that before we started.
But no, there are a lot of people like that. And so we don't, that sort of forces us not to have traditional groupings. Like, we have the popular nerds, which is kind of novelty. We have, what do we have? You know what?
What?
Like, we have cheerleaders,
Yes.
but I can't identify any of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. The
Right?
cheerleaders are a whole spectrum.
Like, they exist.
Hey.
We you know, there are cheerleaders, but they don't brag about it.
Well,
No,
no,
hold
yeah.
You'll
on,
ask
hold
them
on,
about
hold
it.
on. Hold on. Freshman year, sophomore year, I remember seeing so many cheerleaders.
Really?
Very, very outwardly cheerleaders.
No.
Yeah, I'm a cheerleader, blah, blah, blah. Here, I'll even fucking wear my uniform around and shit.
I don't remember that.
Now, and the switch to, like, junior and then now senior year, I just don't see
No.
that
There
at
are
all.
still
Less.
cheerleaders. Like,
Absolutely.
I know
I'm pretty
for a
sure
fact
there's just,
there are
like,
still cheerleaders.
less cheerleaders now.
Yeah.
I
'Cause,
know the cheerleaders. I know
uh,
some of them.
Yeah, I know not quite a few, but yeah, I know some of them also. Like, I feel like the cheerleading count has just decreased. In
Yeah,
general.
maybe. And
Because,
you know
like-
what? On that topic, about the powder puff, I don't know about, maybe it's just because we're, like, jaded seniors, but I don't feel anything towards powder puff anymore.
I never felt anything towards Powder Puff.
I feel
I
like
used to
it's-
get excited a bit.
I feel like it's fun to watch. I mean, I went and recorded.
Oh, yeah,
I
'cause
like
that
to
was
see.
your
I like to
job.
see what the people come up with. You know.
Well, sure, but I feel like it's just kind of like with the every generation is getting shittier, and so everything they come up with is getting shittier.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like, you know, same old song and dance. We've been through this for the past 4
yeah.
years.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just like, you know, eventually some people get tired of it. Some people love it. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some people just will have no sentiment to it in general. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you come into that as a freshman, and then it's different, it's new. But now as a senior, it's like, yeah, okay, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't really impress me anymore because I'm just gonna shit on you no matter what.
Like, me being on like both sides of the whole spectrum, like it's basically just a tie together of what recent popular dances are.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like using like some way to like transition them into routines.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' thoughts on like school pride? On like our school
Ah,
pride?
jeez, I don't know.
You
I
guys-
sort of
it's
feel
it's definitely more than other schools that I've heard of, cause like I have a couple friends who I've talked to, and then they're just like, oh yeah, you guys have like Spirit Week and shit. Like I mean, I think even for like homecoming week, I don't think they have much.
Really, huh? Well, I mean, I think that it's great that the school makes an effort to try and get us to be spirited about, school pride and all that. But not a lot of people really get into it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
We have activities, sure, but they're sort of arbitrary. If they feel a little forced.
What do you guys think about like the events?
Or like the dress-up events?
Yeah, like that.
The dress-up events are shit. Like the only people who do it are people who have like too much time on their hands.
I disagree with that.
No,
Really?
I'd say the people who do it the most are the people that have connections with like our school board and are also just popular.
Yeah. You know what? I want to talk about something really quick.
Because they're gonna get in the yearbook.
My
I mean.
My sociology teacher brought this up. The psychology teacher. He said like he was talking about like control and overthrowing things. Like the revolution, the psychology behind that, and how government stuff should work and all that. And he was talking about ASB specifically, and he's like, you guys realize that if you all work together, there's nothing we could do to stop you from doing anything you want. And we were like, yeah. And he's like, and ASB isn't really like, it's not a thing. And we were all like, what? And he's like, yeah. Because ASB is like supposed to be the student council in ASB.
Mm-hmm.
The whole shtick is that they're making choices, their students making choices for students, right? But in the end, it turns out that like the school gives them options, and they get to make choices in those options, but they don't get to make free choices a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so the school is still controlling ASB and city and not city council and student council, because student council really doesn't do shit. From what I know, all they do is go and hear the announcement, like specific announcements, and then come back and report them. And I don't think they're doing it this year.
Hey, if you're in ASB or you know somebody in ASB, you can ask them this question and you can get back to us. I gave my Instagram handle.
I gave my email.
You can be completely anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
No problem with that.
Yep.
Just won't say your name, or we'll censor it out in case it slips out. Or if we want to fucking expose you.
Donald Trump.
I'm not going to do that.
No, anonymous.
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 100% anonymous.
I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor, Dick Sucker Anonymous. Dick Sucker Anonymous is a group for people who love sucking dick, and they just want to do it in a safe, clean environment, free of STDs and worries. So if you're interested, look it up online, Dick Suckers Anonymous, and wonderful sponsors.
Quick shout out to Taco Bell again. I just want some Taco Bell right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You can go get.
Dude.
I don't know.
Let's
I
go
think
get
it's
some
too late to
Taco
go to
You
Taco
got
Bell.
$4. I got $4.
We got $2.
Yeah, that's like $4.
That's enough to get us a taco.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You guys want to think of one last topic to talk about before we start wrapping this up? Want to talk about airplane food?
No. I've only seldom been on an airplane.
Really? Let's talk about that. You guys travel a lot?
No.
Really?
I do considering it. Yeah, I sort of travel a good amount.
I
Not a
mean,
lot.
yeah, I've traveled before quite a bit. We don't
I've
travel
probably
much.
traveled
For Christmas. Well, I think it's after Christmas. But during this upcoming winter break, me and my sister are gonna fly out to Chicago just to visit, and hopefully I'll be able to record that. But
Get yourself a camera and a gimbal.
that'd be great. But yeah, it's nice to visit Chicago again. It's gonna be the first time I've been back in ever since I moved. Yeah. So, yeah. But have you guys been on planes before?
I've definitely been on the plane, but only in Mexico for like, I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been on planes. All trips to Mexico.
Yeah, huh?
I feel you. Well, not to Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to take a road trip to Mexico.
I've flown to Mexico, flown. What I usually do is fly from San Francisco to Mexico City to Oaxaca, where I'm from. That's pretty much what I do always. So I do that, and then coming back, it's Oaxaca to Mexico City to LA, LA to San Francisco, or Mexico City to San Francisco.
Dude, let me just add in to that. Oaxacan cheese is fucking amazing.
Dude. Yeah. Dude.
Better than Wisconsin.
I'm so proud of being Oaxaqueño. You don't even know, man. Quesillo, bruh, that shit is lit. And do clayuda. A clayuda is a large hard tortilla. That's you put cheese and you put
shout out to Taco Bell again.
I'm
Shout out to Taco Bell, dude. I'm fucking hungry for something.
Hey, Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor us, contact me at milodefrisco@gmail.com and Josue at Azazel_booty at Instagram.
You don't even have to give us real money. You can just give us free food.
Yeah, literally, if you not even free food, if you just say you can put our name in the video and we'll give you a statement saying, hey, we actually support just conceptually support this group, that would be a blessing.
I'm cool with that.
Also, Wendy's.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy's.
See, you got $5 and I got $5.
That's
at least $8, and we can get 2 4-for-4s at Wendy's.
Maybe
sorry.
Extra.
Oh God.
Maybe a bit extra. Maybe a frosty.
Maybe.
We could probably substitute the frosties.
All right. Before we end, I want to ask you guys, what are your biggest pet peeves about traveling? What do you hate?
Well, considering I've only really done road trips, it's probably the ass hurt.
The ass hurt? Just sitting in the seat for too long?
I mean, and then you can't get your neck into a good position, and then after you get out of the car, you're just fuck, dude, some fucking elephant just sat on my neck.
Do you travel with pillows? Because I travel with pillows quite a bit. I don't end up using them, but I travel with them.
I just hate being on planes.
Really? Is it planes specifically?
Annoying, they're cramped. It takes so long to get to where I want to.
Yeah.
The fucking air pressure fucks with my ears.
Have you
I don't like that.
Have you been on
it's
one
so
of the?
Boring.
Have you been on one of the newer planes where they have Wi-Fi and all that?
Yeah.
I'm really confused how they do that. Do they just try and connect directly to a satellite because they're so high up?
I think so.
That seems like the most sense.
I don't. Okay, I haven't.
But it's
been
still
on,
impressive.
I have been on one with Wi-Fi, but you gotta pay for it.
Oh, you gotta pay for. Yeah, it's like an upper class thing. Because
right.
imagine the extra battery capacity you need to run that, plus because they have to add, because they didn't have, they must have added a battery specifically for that.
I don't know.
Because if they were just using the battery like normal, sure it has some extra charge, but you wouldn't want to, play it risky.
Yeah.
So they must have had to design a slightly tweak the design of a plane, so that it could just function a little better with that extra weight.
But just movies are the most I've had on our.
You like them or you don't like them?
They usually have the latest movies, which is.
Do you think they have Moana right now, or do they have Coco?
The last time I went, which was 2015. No, did I go last year? Did I go last? I don't remember.
Oh, to Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year.
Last year.
Oh shit. Then what did I watch? I think I watched an Avengers movie.
Was it Civil War?
And I watched. I think no.
That seems
Civil War. I think so actually.
Because that was the biggest thing last year.
That
was last year, right?
I think I also watched Kingsman.
Kingsman is.
I had already seen it.
Oh yeah.
I'd already seen it, but I watched it on the plane.
I like the new Kingsman movie.
And then from there, I watched a horror movie, but that was on my phone. That was on the plane.
But no, I like the new Kingsman movie. What do you guys think about the new Kingsman movie?
I think the direction.
Killing dogs.
You know what? Yeah.
Guys, don't kill dogs. Public
Come
service
on.
announcement.
On the topic of plane design, though, bringing it back. I remember watching this. I can't even remember. I think it was I'm not sure if it was a video online or was it a documentary or some shit. But basically, there used to be this super fast fucking plane, around the world in
80 days.
I don't even know. It would be really short though.
2 hours.
It would be- it would
2
be
hours.
way
They
less
broke.
than 80 days.
They broke
I
logic.
think you can. I think you can cut the time from SF to New York in like half.
Jeez, that's impressive.
I think it was either that or like 6 hours less.
That sounds How many people could be on that plane?
It was small, cramped, but like it was a luxury sort of thing, you know.
Like from the Incredibles?
Like each ticket was like I think like $25,000.
Like from the Incredibles.
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember the
Yeah,
Incredibles
yeah.
too well.
No, that's really interesting. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was like a higher class airline, and then like it would go super fast, and it was cramped as fuck.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. That sounds like
it got
would
you
be.
from point A to point B in like a fraction of the time.
Yeah. That's isn't that like the bullet train in Japan?
It's sort of
Where
like
it's
a
like-
function. Yeah, the
Where it's like it's so good and it's so efficient and all that, but no one ever uses it. Doesn't no one use that big train? That's a whole thing in a ton of anime where no one uses it.
I don't know.
I think I read something like that.
Yeah, because they have this huge thing that goes like across like a huge area, and it goes really fast and it's really efficient and it stops at a bunch of different stops, but no one uses it. Because in every anime, like ever, any anime that's a slice of life anime or something like that, and they hop on the train, there's no one else on the train. Or like one or two
I
other
don't
people.
know. I beg to differ.
Where on the other hand,
Like,
in like
fuck
every
something.
other train in Japan is chock full of people.
Yeah.
But no. Have you not seen like ton?
No,
That's
I
like
haven't seen bullet trains in anime like ever.
really, I've seen it a lot. Like it's always empty too. It's crazy. It's really impressive. You alright?
Yeah, that's cool.
No. Yeah. I think, but it's probably like not that empty anymore because tourists.
I really hope.
Ooh, nice.
Microphone caught that.
If it didn't, Luis Diaz, our special guest for today, shat himself right now.
Dude, I see a clump falling from the pants.
Ah, God, it's runny.
Oh no.
Let me
Bloody
get the
too.
towel.
And with that, we're gonna close off.
Yeah, we're
this
gonna-
podcast.
Oh,
We're gonna
no,
close
I started
off,
my period again. Oh my god.
All right, thanks for listening. As always, it's weekly, monthly, yearly, something like that. Come back and listen to us again. I am Milo DeFrisco.
I want some Taco Bell.
I'm getting.
Remember, this is the
This is the Ass Out podcast.
yeah, we remember it, so you don't have to.
Hopefully, next time, by the next time you hear us, we had some Taco Bell, or we will have Taco Bell with us.
And
And
we get Taco Bell as a sponsor.
we get a sponsor from Taco Bell.
That would be
So-
amazing. Taco Bell.
Shout
Remember,
out to Taco
milodefrisco@gmail.com or azazel_booty on Instagram. That's fantastic.
Thanks for listening.
All right, thanks for listening. Hold on, it's not an hour yet.
Okay.
We need to stall.
What the fuck? No, I don't. It's over. We're
over.
done.
It's not over till I say it's over.
Oh.
It's not over till Fat sings.
Oh, the fat saying. All right, thank
there
you
you
guys.
go.
Say.
Goodbye.